We're good. All right, we're live here again. I'm Ed St. Onge with This Week in Hospitality Digital Marketing. We're live with Josh Lesnick from Wyndham Hotels and Resorts.
Yeah, Wyndham Hotel Group. Yeah.
Wyndham Hotel Group. So Josh, you just finished a panel, The View from the Top. Very interesting panel. A lot of the discussions went into interesting places, especially around sales. I thought that was very interesting. So you're a good sport. You had no clue what you were walking into, and you said yes to coming on our show.
If I don't regret it.
Oh no, we promise you will. So, I like to start with just some simple questions, and then we'll kind of see where it takes us from there.
Sure.
So, first and foremost, what advice do you have for new marketers getting into the industry today?
Sure. I think the advice I would give, similar to what I gave on the panel, is to listen, get involved in a lot of different areas. As a CMO, the role has become so much bigger and broader now. We touch everything from sales, revenue management, loyalty, social, customer care, reservations. It goes on and on and on. And all these different disciplines are beginning to converge. So I always advise and I encourage people on my team to move across departments, get involved in other stuff, attend other meetings, even if they're not in your department, to sort of get a feel for what's going on. Because these things have become so big and there's so much information and data today that it's important that you understand a lot of the different pieces.
Well, and it's a good point, because the separation, the lines are clearly gone.
They're gone.
Yeah.
Loyalty is digital, is social, is brand.
Revenue management is marketing.
Yes.
It's
and even operations now, which is one of the most interesting changes, is that so much of what we want to do is about the experience and the experience economy, and that requires a high level of involvement with your front desk, your call centers, delivering that experience that you're marketing to guests.
Well, so we'll go off on one of those tangents, I promise.
Okay.
Here's what's wonderful, I think, about this industry is it's interesting. As a marketer, you're lucky that your product are passionate people.
Yes.
No one's in this industry for the money, right?
No one's in it. Not for the money. Yeah.
But we're all in it because we love a piece of it.
Something
has drawn us into it.
Absolutely.
And all of us tend to also be, fans of travel in general, not just because it's what we do. So as a marketer, what are you thinking about to bring that to the forefront of the consumer?
I think it's so interesting. My wife and I are both hoteliers. We went to hotel school, and when we go on vacation in a foreign country, we actually go visit hotels, just like looking at lobbies and different things. And I think I found that over the last 20-some years traveling, I sit next to anyone on an airplane, and they ask me what I do. If I tell them I'm in the hotel business, people can recant the passion people have for travel and experience. They can recant every step of every stay of every hotel, what was good, what was bad, what they like, what they don't like. So I stopped telling people I'm in the business because you can't sleep on an airplane anymore. But no, it's incredible that the passion people have for the business, and that's what I love about it. I think no two stays are exactly the same. No engagement. We're still a people business. Technology is going to enable that, whether it's letting people check in remotely. They still at some point need to interact with someone in the hotel, a housekeeper or a concierge or a service person to help get something. So there's no two stays are the same. And I think what's really exciting is we sort of cross over between the digital world and the real world to bring that to life. So, but ultimately we need our staff and the people in the hotel to bring that experience to life. So it's fun. It's never boring. Things keep me up at night. There's a lot of things. So if we want to get into that, that realm of
when we do to get into that, one thing I think is interesting about the challenge of your specific position is, as hotel groups go, you have one of the widest spans of different types of travelers.
Yes.
How do you take that into consideration when you're making decisions?
I think. And we talked a lot about it on the panel. I think you have to look at each one of our brands and each type of customer. I mean, the most important thing, and we went through an exercise this year, of really clearly defining what each of our brands stands for and who we're trying to appeal to with that brand. But we do run the gamut from luxury down to economy, interstate, roadside hotel, and those are very, very different products to market. How you allocate your funds, how you sell to corporate clients. I mean, we have a group of salespeople that sell trucking companies, hundreds of millions of dollars in relocation and emergency services. And then we have people that sell and promote high-end association corporate business. So it's very wide, and sometimes it's hard because you have to shift gears as to what you're thinking about and what you're trying to promote. So we've done some work around having our brand marketing people sort of grouped by tier or by brand. But once you get into the digital world, it's sort of, that's more of just bringing that to life in different experiences. But you really do. It's a very complex challenge to go. I hate to say it, but it'd be a lot easier if we had sort of just one segment that we were focused on. But I also have found over the years that travel is quite situational.
Yes.
So you may be having an important board meeting and you want to stay at a Wyndham Grand. You may have a big corporate meeting and you're staying at Dolce. You may have a kid's soccer team that you're traveling into Connecticut and you're going to stay at a Days Inn. So we do actually find overlap among the different products.
Well, and one thing I think about when I think about the span of your products and how it's a benefit to you is this whole thing that everyone keeps talking about, which is the millennial traveler, who, by metrics should fit in one specific brand level or a series of brand levels, and yet they're willing to go without niceties for months in order to travel in a much bigger way. So I have to imagine with the span, you capture a lot more of them, and you have the opportunity to bring them into your really upmarket product.
So we think, we sort of began a journey a little over a year ago. We're focused on the everyday traveler, and I think there's a huge demographic shift between the middle class and sort of developing international markets where there's billions of people traveling, and millennials on top of that. And the thing about both of those customer segments is that they don't have a ton of discretionary income. So a lot of these economy, mid-scale, select service brands are really appealing to these guys. And I think it's incumbent on us. There's been so much work done in the upscale and the luxury market around the guest experience, make that unique. Very little over time has really been done down in the economy, select service. And that's where we're focusing a lot of our energy is just because something's less expensive doesn't mean it has to be boring or uninteresting.
Target has proven
that. Cheap Chic, Target has proven that. IKEA has proven that. JetBlue has proven that. So some of these great service brands that look out there are not luxury brands, although there's great service luxury brands. So I think we have a huge opportunity, and that's what we're really focused on, to bring some of these economy brands into a new place where it can be lifestyle and still at a great price point value. It might not have all the frills, but it still could be a really interesting, fun experience, a memorable experience. And I think that'll appeal to your question very well to millennials as well as baby boomers, who are still an enormous segment that have a lot more flexibility.
They have a lot more time these days.
A lot more time and a lot of money to travel as well. So I think it appeals to both.
That's great. So with all the changes in digital marketing, what has you most excited?
What's most exciting to me is I think, and we're just really getting into this, as is the whole industry. I think there's technologies now that will enable us. Technology become a lot cheaper. One of our key strategies is to outsource to best-in-class third-party providers of our res system, our property management systems, our revenue management systems, our loyalty platforms of third parties. So I think technology now is becoming less of a barrier in terms of being competitive. So what gets me really excited is the ability of using technology to enable a better guest experience. So I think about mobile, how important that is. I saw there was a guy the other day standing at our microtel in Bloomington, Minnesota. And while I was waiting in line, a guy came in and was checking in, and he said, "I have a reservation." And the lady looked up his name and said, "No, you booked for next week." And the guy said, "No, I just booked it out of my car 5 minutes ago," and they were able to change it. But what's so interesting to me is the way technology is going to change how we deliver that experience and how people interact with us is really exciting. It's going to require us to change a lot of operating processes, but I think mobile, especially in mid-scale and economy, is going to enable us to do a lot of stuff, be it pre-arrival, we'll know your geo-coordinates, ask you through your car, GPS, if you want us to have pizza or food delivered. It really does change the experience. I think things like self-driving cars, think about what that will do. They say in the next 3 years will be 10 million people in a self-driving car. What's the role of a hotel where someone can sit in their car, work, sleep, or they come to your hotel? What are they going to actually want the hotel for? So I think there's so many different changes and trends in the marketplace that we're going to have to begin to adopt and adjust our business to. That could be really interesting. It's all being enabled by just great technology and the speed at which technology is coming in.
And so talking to that project of shaking off the monolithic tech stack,
yes.
You're in the midst of it.
Yes.
I believe it's you're attempting to get the big rollout done in time for the next
conference.
Next conference.
Yeah, next conference.
So, anything exciting to report?
Yeah, I think we are learning a lot. I don't think Sabre or any other hotel company has ever taken on moving 8,000 hotels, 16 brands, from multiple reservation systems
Yeah, it
to
was
one.
3 or 4 CRS.
We have three or four CRS systems.
Yep.
So we've also just relaunched all of our websites as well. So we have a tremendous amount of transformation going on. So I think we've learned a lot of invaluable lessons in terms of how to prep a brand, how to make that transition, how to train people, how to train our owners, and we're getting better with each one. And at the end of the day, to have a best of class reservation system that's going to provide savings to our owners, greater connectivity and distribution, better touch point management of data over the long haul is really going to be a powerful thing for a system of our size. But it's tricky because it's technology and people using technology, and it's been a tremendous exercise of hundreds of people.
So when you take a breath and you look at how your reality is different because of all this change, what has that done to your long-term strategic planning? Because you actually have new realities that for the last 15, 20 years, no way would you be unencumbered like you are now. How are you handling that?
I think you have to be much more flexible in your planning.
Yeah.
The days of saying, here's our 5-year plan, and when we do a 5-year plan, I'm not sure we get past a year without changing the 5-year plan, because it all is changing so fast, and it's so dynamic, and there's so many new disruptors in the marketplace, be it a new OTA or a new mobile technology or a new place we can spend our media dollars. So I think, we've I think as a culture, as a company, you have to be much more flexible and maybe a little less rigid in your budgeting and your thinking, and you have to get a lot of, I think it's really important to have a great team and listen to your team. And the team of people with diverse backgrounds and experiences, because the ideas are coming from everywhere. It's not just we have a plan, everyone do this.
So maybe go to a more themed basis budgeting rather than actual items.
Right. There's a broad level of what we want to spend here, but at the tactical level, I think new marketing channels enable you to test and learn and tweak and change and move money around. It's interesting to me though, there's still a tremendous amount of money being spent on television advertising. Yeah. Which surprised me. I think if there's one surprise, 3 years ago I would have said I think that's really going to shrink, and I just got the industry comparison report, we have a tracking study, and the amount of money hotel companies are spending on cable TV and other more mass forms of media it's holding steady. So I still think we have to be nimble and we have to balance that. I still think, we see value in promoting brands because there's a lot more drive in the business today and a lot more last minute business, so you need to be top of mind. I think over time that will shift into more mobile and digital and search.
Well, it's going to merge into it anyways, because television's going mobile and digital anyways, which is great because you'll get much better tracking on that
control of your spend.
Yeah, absolutely. And so with all of that, with now you can move your chips on the table much more frequently, it begs the question of what keeps you up at night?
Just trying to keep up with it. Just all the information and the changes. I think there's an expectation as a CMO or as a business leader that you're going to be on top of all these different things. It's almost virtually impossible to do. I went to the gala last night, the awards gala, and I got back to my room and I had another 100 emails, each with a PowerPoint, a spreadsheet, a bunch of analysis, and the expectation is you're going to churn through all that and be able to adjust and pivot. It's just getting bigger and harder to do that. So I just think it's the sheer volume and rate of change and stuff. It's not scary. It's so much to get your hands around and to be able to be proactive with it.
Great. So with that and with that whole idea, how do you try to keep your mind full of what's new? Like, what do you read? What do you follow?
I think my single favorite publication is Skift. When I read that, they seem to have a great handle on both big trends and other things, and then as well as sort of more micro issues. I'm a ferocious newspaper reader. I will read the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, USA Today. I do read digital. I actually still like a paper. For some reason in the morning I like to get up and sort of read the paper, but I do read CNN and MSN online as well. So, and a lot of the industry pubs as well, just to keep track of what's going on. But it's more of a du jour, and we have a lot of people that it's almost like I don't have to have a favorite thing because people in our company, we're a big company, find articles and you just get bombarded every day with different articles from different places. That again, the amount of information that you need to digest so quickly it can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
But if you don't stay up on it, you'll miss a trend and you'll miss an important business opportunity.
Now I'll give you the curveball to mess you up since we're live.
Here we go. Okay.
Where's your favorite place to travel?
My favorite place to travel is San Sebastian, Spain. I don't know if you've ever been to San Sebastian. It is probably one of the least known incredible places. I love to go to Europe. This winter I took my family. We went to Hong Kong. I love Hong Kong. We went over to Thailand, went to Shanghai, and then down to Koh Samui, and then we went to Xi'an and Beijing, which was just an incredible trip to see all those different cultures. And we went from cold weather to warm weather back to cold weather. But I'd have to say my favorite place is San Sebastian. I think the food is incredible, the beach is incredible.
Yeah.
It's not too touristy, U.S. touristy.
Right.
It feels very much more international.
Excellent. Well, hey.
And Cape Cod.
Oh, you gotta love Cape Cod.
Our family has a place in Cape Cod. So
it's fantastic. Well, I appreciate the time.
Sure.
I appreciate your willingness to just say yes to not knowing at all what you were getting into. Hopefully you have a great rest of the show today and learn a lot. This is one of my favorite events of the year.
And, terrific organization.
Yeah, and with that, unless there's anything else you'd like to say to our bustling 1,600 viewership.
Around the world.
Around the world.
Keep traveling. Enjoy.
That's right.
Thank you.
Great. Well,